Good morning, viewers. Welcome to my YouTube channel of Astrologer Anil Aggarwala. Today we will be talking about this North Node Rahu, which is turning most venomous in the month of June. At a stretch, it signals warlike conditions in the world, especially in India and China. Brawl may take an ugly shape. The relations between China and US may also take an ugly shape. The coronavirus spikes, they may grow in multiple progressions. The cyclones should emerge, the cyclones should take place, the earthquakes and the flood, because it's rainy season in India and the rains may create havoc. Earthquakes, rains, and especially in the month of June to August, and then the other malefic happenings till the month of December 2020. And the basic reason is that we are having two eclipses. One is the eclipse of the solar eclipse, the annual solar eclipse, which is taking place on the 21st of June. And the other one is the other solar eclipse, which is taking place on the 14th of December 2020. That solar eclipse is visible in South America and Africa. But what my feeling is that what I have seen with my experience, whether the eclipse is visible or not, we all human beings are influenced some way or the other. Yes, wherever the eclipses are more visible, then the effects are more. But the planetary positions, why we go on the eclipse, the planetary positions are very important. And if a planet is getting eclipse, it will definitely have an effect on our personal life. So the month of June, uh, June, July, August are prone to malefic happenings as mentioned in the title of the article. North Node Rahu turns venomous, signals warlike conditions, coronavirus spikes, cyclones, earthquake, floods in the month of June to, to August 2020. The primary reason is the North Node Rahu is turning most venomous in the month of June from the 7th to 15th of June, and then from the 20th June to 5th July. I'm only talking about North Node till 5th of July because there are little calculations. So if I have to elaborate my predictions, I'm basically talking about June, and then in my next video, I will be also talking about July and August separately. The solar eclipse on the 21st June 2020 may add fuel to the burning fire as per the planetary positions. Now have a look at the charts. I'll be mentioning a link and you can go through the article. You know, North Node Rahu is normally in retrograde motion, but whenever it comes close to Sun and Moon, the luminaries, because he is inimical to Sun and Moon, and whenever he comes close this sensitive point, then the motion becomes direct, and it becomes first stationary and then becomes direct. Now this mode of the North Node is most venomous because Rahu is Amrit. North Node is Amrit, and when it turns opposite, it is just like a snake bite. It has the capacity to turn the tables upside down. No, it is, and especially at the time when it is with in the sign of Mercury, and with Mercury, it is most volatile. So Mercury controls what Mercury controls. Whatever Mercury controls, the effects will be, uh, you know, effects will be seen more. Mercury is communication. Mercury is weather. Mercury is stock and financial markets. Mercury is travel. So all these things, they will be adversely influenced, and especially when Mercury goes in retrogression. Now, uh, in the diagram I have shown from 7th, have a look on the charts below from 7th to 15th and then 20th to 5th July, when Rahu turns venomous and has the capacity to turn the tables upside down. Maybe it is weather, since Mercury, since with Mercury, earthquakes, cyclones, terrorism, scams, scams of all type will be unearthed. Brawls between the nations, they will take an ugly shape. Stock and financial markets will become volatile, and all the above will be adversely influenced, and unpredictable events will take place. Rahu is unpredictable. If the market is going up, normally what it happens, it turns the table upside down. And if the market is going down, it has the capacity to raise the market. So just on the 7th, because today is Sunday, so Monday we will feel the difference. Monday we will come to know how the stock market is behaving. Monday, Tuesday we will come to know the trend, because North Node Rahu is going to be in adverse motion in for a long time. First from 7th to 15th, and then from 20th to 5th of July. Mercury is also stock and financial markets, hence the roller coaster rides are on the cards and cannot be ruled out. Now, these two charts I've given. Then you see, North Node, as I've already mentioned, it is in retrograde motion, but twice in a month it meets Sun or Moon, and it is very close to, whenever it is very close to Sun or Moon, within 15 to 18 degrees, then it becomes stationary and then direct. Now, within 5 degrees in the natal chart is a Raj Yoga, and if it is aspected by Jupiter, it is a special Raj Yoga. So this state of North Node is considered to be most venomous, especially when it is also afflicted by Mars or Saturn, or it is influenced by a debilitated planet or a foreign planet, especially at the time of the eclipses. Especially at the time of eclipses, if this Rahu is afflicted, then it becomes most crucial and most violent, most malefic, most venomous. Since Sun and Moon, because at the time of eclipses, the Sun and the Moon, the life-giving forces, will be eclipsed. So the whole energy level is taken away by Rahu. And if it is negative, then it is very bad. Now, North Node will be influenced by Mars, by the fourth malefic aspect of Mars from the 18th June to 16th of August 2020. So this is the broad spectrum of time frame in which the malefic happenings would take place, irrespective whether it is terrorism, whether it is rains, whether it is earthquake, whether it is cyclone, whether it is roller coaster, in the stock and financial markets, because Mars will also be influencing Mercury, and Mercury will go retrograde the same day when Mars enters the sign Pisces, and Pisces is full of watery sign, and Mars is behind Sun, so there will be abundance of rains. Abundance of rains would mean floods and excessive floods, which we have never seen before, because Mars behind Sun gives lot of, and in a watery sign, aspecting Sun on the 6th of June, degree wise, both are 21 degrees, and the square aspect is very bad. And you can see for yourself the nakshatra which is taking place in the nakshatra, eclipse nakshatra is Mrigashira, and it falls in the central region of Kurma Chakra as far as India is concerned. And we have already seen there is flooding has also already started in Bombay, and the rains have already started. The rains have also already started in Kerala, and we can see for ourselves. North Node will be aspected by fallen Jupiter from the 30th June to 20th September. So this is extremely bad time for a fallen planet to aspect Rahu, and Rahu becomes very strong, and it will give the signification of Jupiter in an adverse way. North Node will be most afflicted condition on the day of the solar eclipse on the 21st June 2020, because Mars will be aspecting, Saturn will be aspecting Mars. Saturn is retrograde planet aspecting Mars, extremely bad. And by third aspect, and there will be degree aspect probably on the 28th of June. The degree aspect of Saturn on Mars and Mars on Rahu. And the eclipse is taking place on the 21st, and the eclipse point is 6 degrees, and Mars will activate the eclipse point between 26th to 28th of June. My dear friends, this period is very bad, but the only grace here is that the Sun and the Moon, they are not on the mouth of Rahu, but they are with Rahu. So when you are in a house, when you are with a malefic, you can't do anything. You may not be on the mouth of Rahu. You have just come out of the mouth of Rahu. Rahu is 5 degrees, and Sun and Moon are 6 degrees. So this is the only grace which I find will definitely make a difference. But the eclipse is an eclipse, and Mars is aspecting both the luminaries and the Rahu. And Mars is being aspected by retrograde Saturn, making Mars a potent killer. So it is not good. So it is not good at all. And if you and let me elaborate the other parameters. Luminaries will be eclipsed by the nodes in very close degrees on the 21st of June. Mars will activate the eclipse point of 6 degrees between 27th to 28th of June. I've been mentioning this in all my articles. Saturn retrograde will aspect Mars degree wise, and Mars will activate the eclipse point of 6 degrees on the 27th, 28th June. At that time, Mars will have very close aspect on North Node also, and degree aspect on the 26th June 2020. Rahu will be with Mercury, its dispositor, who will go in retrogression on the 18th June 2020 to 12th July 2020. At this point of time, at the point of eclipse, there will be 4 planets which will be in retrogression, which makes the things most volatile. Another parameter making Rahu to give volatile results, because the dispositor is going in retrogression and the Rahu will be in forward motion, is extremely uh, malefic and volatile combination, especially for the weathers and the signification of Mercury, as we have as I've mentioned. Uh, you know, then in Rashi Sangata Chakra, sorry, as per the Kurma Chakra for India, the eclipse nakshatra is Mriksha and signifies the central region of India and will be adversely influenced, especially in the month of June to August. You see, this prediction was made long time back, and I had mentioned that the central region of India will be adversely influenced. No astrologer has given the reason. Maybe they are, I don't want to say how they are predicting, but I have pinpoint whatever I predict, I pinpoint the reasons, and no astrologer has pinpointed that it is because it is the Kurma Chakra. Nobody has studied mundane, nobody studies mundane astrology, and all the astrologers are using the natal astrology for the mundane astrology. They don't even know these chakras. Until unless you specify the reason, I don't think it's a valid thing to predict anything. You must give the reasons. When you're predicting something, you have to have a base and you have to mention all the classics. So this chakra, the chakras are very important in mundane astrology, and our stalwarts like Hardev Sharma Trivedi ji used to use it, and we have to use the sign which have been allocated to different countries by Vara Mira. Now, uh, so the predictions are going spot on as far as the Kurma Chakra is concerned. The Rashi Sangata Chakra at the time of solar eclipse shows mutual Veda between the planets, and especially uh, Rahu, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Saturn and Jupiter. So how many planets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets are getting involved, and there is aspect of Mars on also on them uh, as far as the aspect is concerned. So it is extremely volatile and malefic combination, especially for Indo-China, Indo-Pak, US-China brawl may turn ugly. See, the terrorism, it is not only war. When we say warlike conditions, it could be terrorism. So because India is having a malefic dasha for 35 days, so it can't be a big war. But yes, definitely there will be strained relations which can turn into a brick batting. Definitely there will be a brick batting, because these planetary positions are also similar to 1962, when we had this Saturn and Jupiter in retrogression in the sign Capricorn, and we had on the 20th October 1962, we had a war with China. Because the dasha of India is not very conducive, so India tends to lose here. So, my friends, we have to be, the Prime Minister and the Home Minister have to be extremely careful in dealing with China. Capricorn sign, as per Varamira, affliction at the time of disaster for India, debilitated retrograde Jupiter till 13th of September, from 30th May to 13th of September, especially after it has gone in retrogression. Gemini sign is allocated to US, and as per Abraham Mira, the solar eclipse in Gemini, most venomous for US for from from the June to from the 18th June, especially from 18th June to 16th August, for the simple reason that Mars in the chart, a foundation chart of US is 0 degrees in the sign Gemini, and the eclipse is taking place at 6 degrees, and the transit Mars will activate the natal Mars at 0 degrees from the 18th itself. So right from you will see for yourself the natural calamities, the natural unnatural calamities will start in US right from the 18th. It may be rains, it may be floods, it may be cyclones, it may be earthquakes, it may be terrorism, and it may be the racism which is taking place. It may proud with it may turn ugly, most ugly. And then I'm talking about Trump's horoscope also in this article. Gemini sign is allocated, as we have already seen. Gemini sign is the seventh house of Japan, and the solar eclipse over the natal moon at exact degrees at 5 degrees in Gemini, most venomous for Japan, and from June to August 2020. And we could see similar happening as we had in 2011. They had a tsunami and earthquake. So I fear, because the planetary positions are parallel, somewhat parallel to this, and I've written an article about a month and a half back about Japan also, and whatever I have predicted, it is coming spot on. They have a Sagittarius Lagna. So China has a Kapat Yoga. The Lagna Lord, in the chart of China, the sign rising is Capricorn, and the Lagna Lord is placed in the eighth house. So when the Lagna Lord is placed in the eighth house, it's very tricky. The person is very secretive and aspected by fallen Jupiter, the 12th Lord, who is also the 22nd threshold. So there will be two happenings. First of all, because the Jupiter, which is 22nd threshold Lord, it will aspect the Lagna Lord in the 8th house. There will be malefic happenings also. And because the 12th Lord is aspecting the Lagna Lord in the 8th house, so they will plot secret things. They will plot for espionage. They can do any such secret things, and that is what a Kapat yoga is. Secretive plans and unpredictable plans may be unearthed. Solar eclipse in the sixth house, in the seventh from the 22nd Dreshun Lord Jupiter, who is in fallen state and most malefic, as the 12th Lord fallen and connected to Saturn makes it more secretive and planning espionage. And as the 22nd Dreshun Lord, it gives the worst result for China itself and the sufferings. Maybe it is because of diseases, maybe because of other things. 22nd Dreshun Lord is a dreaded Lord, and it is in fallen state. It is in the 12th house, and there the eclipses have taken place. So whatever the case may be, China has to suffer also. And the Lord is getting back in that sign as a fallen planet on the between 30th of June to 20th of November. So this period may be most malefic for China as well. For India, the eclipse over the 12th and the 7th Lord Mars, almost degree wise, and where the Ashtakvarka bindus are only 19, and most enigmatic dasha of Moon, Saturn, and Ketu for 35 days from the 31st May to 4th July. Mars square aspect on Sun on the 6th June in the lunation chart, and behind Sun, havoc from rains, floods, cyclones, and earthquakes till September. Mars in retrogression from the 9th of September in the sign Aries and fallen in the sign Pisces from the 4th October to 24th December 2020 is most enigmatic condition, especially for the US most venomous time frame for the country, and especially for Donald Trump. Two planets will be fallen from 4th October to 20th November. The 5th and the 8th Lord Jupiter and the Yokarka Mars for Trump and US. This will be most malefic and a critical condition for the US and Trump. Downfall of Trump and Akal happenings are not ruled out for him due to the placement of fallen Jupiter in the Marka house. No, the fallen planet should not be connected to the second house or the seventh house. Second house is Marka. And Saturn and Jupiter in retrogression like the 60-year back episode assassination of John F. Kennedy took place in 1960-61. I don't remember the exact date. Maybe it was October 60, especially for the US. And it has been seen that whenever Saturn and Jupiter are in the sign uh, Capricorn and in retrogression, there have been assassination of presidents, and especially US. It has happened twice, I believe. See, especially for the US and for India, the transit of Jupiter and Saturn in the sign Capricorn are not benefic one. As per the past experience, India had war with China and US had assassination of the President John F. Kennedy. The four planets in retrogression at the time of solar eclipse on the 21st June 2020 most vulnerable to natural and unnatural tragedies involving masses. So, friends, it is not a happy state of happy situations, happy state. Solar eclipse of 21st June, most venomous for countries in Asia around the coastal areas, Philippines, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Pakistan will be adversely influenced apart from South and Central India for cyclones, Central India for cyclones, floods, earthquakes. The the China and Japan are also victims, can also be victims of the solar eclipse, and as can be seen from the planetary positions. The two planets fallen from the 4th October to 20th November, Mars and Jupiter will be most venomous. Mars uh, is the Lagna Lord and the 8th Lord of the natural zodiac, and Jupiter is the 9th and the 12th Lord, and the dispositor of Mars will be fallen. So Mars will be in extremely afflicted condition. So friends, I don't want to say anything more because it is self-explanatory. Then in the house where Mars is placed, Mars is fallen, and in the house where he is placed, he is also fallen. So the affliction gets multiplied. The solar eclipse on the 14th December 2020 at 29 degrees in the nakshatra of Jyestha is most malefic nakshatra after Mula for diseases and virus, because this Scorpio sign is a dreaded sign for cancer disease, and especially the Jyestha nakshatra, and the eclipse taking place at 29 degrees when the luminaries will be in Gandanta, the life-giving force. I feel that this eclipse is very dangerous. Wherever it is visible, it is available in South America and Africa. So these countries are bound to suffer during this period, and there could be mass deaths. I don't want to elaborate this anymore because it's a negative prediction. So, and it is extremely bad. This eclipse will be extremely bad for Donald Trump because it is falling in the 410 axis and exactly at the degrees of sun and moon. So he is bound to face troubles because of the eighth lord fallen in the eighth house from the 10th house, and then the Mars, the most benefic planet and a yog karka for Leo ascendant as the ninth lord and the fourth lord. The ninth lord is to do with the law. The I don't want to elaborate it anymore. He's not going to be in a happy state of affairs. His Jupiter is fallen and he's running the dasha of Jupiter Saturn. So, friends, extremely malefic. The number of coronavirus cases may cross, you know, 70 lakhs. No, sorry, 7, 1, 2, 4 zeros, 7 and 4 zeros worldwide till 20th September. And India, the figure may be multiples of 7 and minimum 70 lakh cases as far as the India is concerned till this date, because the sign Sagittarius has rays of 7, and the world will definitely be involved. The number 7 will be involved. I will still say that there will be 7 lockdowns in India till the 20th September 2020. Wait and see for yourself. Now see what all is happening, what all was predicted. This I'm elaborating it again, and see now what all is happening. Now we will go to the media. Complaints of gas leakage in Chembur. Why Chembur? Because it is the central region of India and the nakshatra is Mrigshira, where it's as per Kurma Chakra, it speaks absolutely crystal clear. Astrology speaks loudly. The solar eclipse taking place in Mrigshira, and as per Kurma Chakra, the central region of India and Maharashtra, and see what all has started to happen even before the eclipse, and especially when the north node is about to become most malefic on the 7th June to 15th June, and then from 20th to 5th July. All predictions are proving spot on, and all principles are proving. It shows the replicity of the astrology. Now, analysis: White House Pentagon tensions near breaking point. You can see for yourself the tension which are going on in America. America is running the dasha of Rahu, Ketu, and the eclipses are taking place over the sun, over the 4 planets in the 11th house in the sign Gemini. And as I've mentioned above, the the sign allocated to America is Gemini, and where the eclipses are taking place and very close to the natal degrees of especially Mars and then Venus. And whenever Rahu moves over uh, Jupiter, then that is the time for economic disaster. And in a personal horoscope, that's a time when a person can lose money, provided there are other combinations also. But Rahu and Ketu transit over the natal Jupiter is not good, and especially if it is on the Hindu Lagna, then there is a lot of loss of money. So that has to be seen accordingly. Then, then yes, the situations see a breaking point, and after the 18th June, Mars could trigger these situations and intensity, and see the drama of planets at the solar eclipse on the 21st June could prove to be most venomous for US, and especially Trump running the dasha of Jupiter, Saturn, and both transiting in the 6th house of the natal chart and the 3rd from natal moon. Afflicted Jupiter in transit activates the natal Jupiter in most afflicted condition as a fallen planet. The situations may go worse after the 30th June. Wait and see. You for yourself, you will see what is in store for US and Trump. Now, tropical storms Cristobal advances. A re-energized tropical storm Cristobal advanced towards the US Gulf Coast on Saturday. So you can see for yourself that things are going bad worldwide, and all those countries were what have been predicted as per astrology principles. So, so friends, then Black Lives Matter protesters rally at Trump Golf Resort. So you can see for yourself things are taking an ugly turn, and now the eclipse has not even started. Even before the eclipse, you can see for yourself the drama of planets, especially Mars after the 18th June and Jupiter after the 30th June 2000. Wait for some more drama in the US, and especially for Trump. Occult happenings, fallen planet Jupiter in the 2nd house, and also the 8th Lord who aspects the 10th house, and also activated by dual transit of Saturn and Jupiter will bring a bad name and bring a downfall for him, is all in store for him along with occult happenings. I had predicted this long back. Saturn in the sign Capricorn along with Jupiter and both in retrogression, pull out the records 60 years back, and you would know what is the future of the president of US. It has been seen from the past that this conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in the sign Capricorn is most venomous for the ruling president of the US. See what happened to John F. Kennedy. We have just talked about it. All connected to occult happenings. And he has a fallen Jupiter in the 2nd house, which has been activated, and the transit Jupiter will also be in fallen condition. So Arvind Kejriwal, leadership failure. He is not able to control the coronavirus. The number of cases are spiking. They are increasing in geometrical progressions. So, so friends, and it is only because for as far as the Arvind Kejriwal is concerned, if you now I had predicted, I will tell you on Facebook, I saw a comment of an astrologer. He said Muhurta does not make any difference. I was really amazed. Astrologer talking about like this. I left my house way back in 1983, and from the time I left, I could see that I will not be able to come back to my parents' house for 15 years, and that with the Muhura chart was predicting the same. The Dasha was of Saturn, 15 years, 4 months, and 21 days. The nakshatra was Pushya of Moon. Although I progressed in that period, but it clearly showed that I will not be able to come back to my parents for 15 years. And this astrologer says that the Muhurat chart does not make any difference. It is only because of the Muhurat. I have predicted everything on the Muhurat charts of Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal. Both are most malefic. And if even if a person who has just started to learn astrology, if you show him the charts, he would say he would reject the Muhurat charts in both cases. So friends, Muhurat charts do whatever activity, whatever major activity we do in our life, and that time is most important. Then why are we picking up a Muhurta if it is not important? It is most amazing and most surprising that astrologers talk about like this. I had predicted from the old chart of Arvind Kejriwal and Narendra Modi that Delhi will be worst influenced due to the riots, violence, virus, and calamities. I had predicted the date 23rd and 25th February 2020 will be the worst day because there was conjunction at the time of Narendra Modi taking oath on the 30th of May. There was conjunction of Saturn and Ketu in the second house at 24-25 degrees. So I said when the dispositor will touch these degrees in retrogression on the 23rd February, there will be riots in Delhi, and it so happened. Now, friends, this planet Jupiter is going to touch these 24-25 degrees again. I fear from 10th of August to 20th of August, and probably from 5th of October to 15th of October, it will be touching the second time and the third time. So the second time will be most volatile because then at that time Ketu will be there. But in the third time, the Ketu will not be there. So the third time it may not be that venomous, but the second time is definitely going to be venomous when I'm talking of August. Maybe it is due to rains, maybe it is due to floods, maybe it is due to terrorism, whatever it is. So the dates you see for yourself, that dates will absolutely touch when this Jupiter touches this arc of 24-25 degrees or 26 degrees. There is definitely going to be a disaster and malefic happenings, natural and unnatural happenings. So friends, and we have seen 9,887 COVID cases in India in just 24 hours. India on Friday had overtaken the Italy as the sixth worst afflicted nation in the world, according to US John Hopkins University. So friends, things are going bad every day. Earthquake, we had witnessed an earthquake on the 4th of June of 6.8 and 7.1 in Indonesia. And I had already mentioned that the coastal areas, especially Indonesia and Philippines, Japan, are prone to all these happenings, and especially in India also. The coastal areas, the West Bengal and Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Yamuna also, they may create a havoc in rains here in Delhi. So that's what I'm just trying to elaborate the things. And then the India-China standoff. Even after the talks, we don't find any compromise or any concrete findings from the meeting which took place yesterday, which was to take place at 9 o'clock, probably did not take place at 9 o'clock. And there are no firm results about it. And I'm sure, as because China is having a Kapat Yog in its foundation chart, is bound to, do some mischief. And not only mischief, he may attack and he may take a very aggressive stance. And although it may be only till 4th of July, but in the nutshell, it is not going to be an easy thing for India. All the predictions are proving spot on using the Rashi Sangata, Kurma Chakra and Ram chart, especially for India. And as per the solar eclipse, which has to happen on the 21st June 2020, on top of above, most critical parameters, the North Node Rahu turning most volatile like snake bite, since it has the capacity to turn the tables upside down. No marriage function should be take place, especially at the time of dates when Rahu is in adverse and also Dharakarka. It may ruin the marriage since the Rahu is stronger than Venus, especially when Rahu is adverse and also Dharakarka. So friends, that is about all just what I wanted to share. And the things June is the worst month, June and July, and then even August, and then when Mars goes in the sign Aries, and then it falls back. It will be in Mars in Aries for total 190 days, and out of 190 days, probably 80 days, it will be in fallen conditions. So it is not good in totality. This year 2020 is horrible. Just look at it. Every day is passing, and I've with folded hands. I always say, I always uh, pray to God that let's pass this time somehow or the other, and all my predictions go wrong. I don't mind my prediction going wrong, but all this should not happen. What astrology is really, you know, from whatever we are predicting through astrology, uh, according to me, it should not happen because it is terrible. And we are already in coronavirus, and the nature is also bent upon, you know, teaching us lessons all round, all way, throughout the world, especially in US, India, China, Japan, and other countries. Italy is also bound to suffer because Italy has fallen Jupiter, the sign Virgo. The other aspect, the other news which I got today was Dr. Naresh Trehan. He has been found to in some, you know, money laundering case as far as some property of Gurgaon is concerned. And I just went to Google and I searched his birth chart, and I found he is born on the 12th of August 1946, and he has a fallen Jupiter. He is a fallen Jupiter, and his Mercury and his Venus is in the same sign. Venus is with Mars, and Venus is in planetary war. So, so friends, and Rahu is probably in Taurus. So Rahu becomes very strong and mischievous, and Rahu is about to come over Rahu. Friends, he will be in deep trouble, and he'll get a very bad name. So I wrote on Facebook about him also. I don't have any personal grudge with him, but just I'm trying to tell you that the planetary positions are taking just going on our nerves. They are just most venomous and extremely bad. So let me pray that my predictions go wrong and we all are well. We just pass this time, and we should take care of yourself. And God bless everybody. And thank you for listening to me. Okay, friends, bye.